Hi, my name is Dan Vashkevich. I'm going to be our handler, keeper, GM, dungeon master for tonight. We're going to be playing Call of Cthulhu. And the scenario we're going to be playing is The Haunting. We have 3 players here that have been hired by Marsh and Marsh. It is a law firm, and they've been asked by a landlord to go check into a house that he's trying to rent out. He recently inherited it, and no one seems to want to live there. Seems like the house might be haunted, or that there's some tragedy that befallen the house. And so he's hired a Marsh and Marsh to look into it. Marsh and Marsh has dispatched out some of their most handy folks. They have hired out an occultist to look into it, as well as someone with high standing to provide some credence and credibility. And then they also hired out basically a hired hand to make sure nothing goes wrong, someone to look over them while they're in Boston. So let me introduce who our players are. We'll actually let them introduce themselves. So who do we have? Who's all here?
I'll go first. I'm Brianna Longwell. I am a private mental health therapist up in Bellingham, Washington. I work with, everybody, kids through adults. And I'm really excited to play Call of Cthulhu for the first time.
Sweet. And tell me a little about your character.
So my character is Frankie, who thinks they know a lot about everything, but probably doesn't. Maybe not. Just enough to make some small talk. Has a pet named Pookie, played by my son's Taros. And that is as about far as I'm going. I'm going to wing this character today, and we'll see how Frankie ends up.
Sounds good. All right, who's next?
I can go next.
All right.
Hey, everybody. My name's Joe, Joe LeConte. I work at Texas Christian University along with Kyle, and we help to oversee the supportive gaming community with the Counseling Mental Health Center to help students deal with things with loneliness, depression, isolation, and anxiety. I'm a licensed chemical dependency counselor, and I'm also the host of the Tabletop Theory YouTube channel and TikTok. And tonight, since we're talking about players, I'm going to be playing Liam Doyle, an up-and-coming pugilist in the Boston area from an area around there, the South Side, and or Southie. Oh yeah. Oh, now yeah. If we're going to be talking about Liam, we got to make sure that we're actually from a place in Boston that has some kind of historical significance. So yeah, he's a Southie boy through and through.
And I'm Kyle Roderick. As Joe said, I work with him at TCU. As a student affairs professional. I'm going to be playing Daniel Day O'Connor, which is an occultist from Salem. We're going to kind of see, he's kind of mysterious, Daniel Day. And shout out to Tommy. Hey, Tommy.
All right. So like I mentioned earlier, you were all hired by the law firm of Marsh and Marsh, based out of Boston. You've done these side jobs here and there, and normally it's to go in, look into a place and report back to them. Usually it's paperwork, and oftentimes with Liam, you sometimes make sure that people stay out of the way or kind of stay quiet. An intimidating presence sometimes speaks more volumes than necessarily a fist, but the crack of the knuckles kind of does just the same.
Sends the right message.
Sends the right message, certainly. So this landlord is named Mr. Knott, and he has asked you to look into a house in central Boston. It is known as the Corbett House. The former tenants, the Macario family, were involved in a tragedy, and the owner wishes to understand as to what happened at the house, and he wants to set things straight. He's not been able to rent the house out in the year that this happened, and he wants to restore its good name. He is going to reimburse everyone for their troubles of $25 in advance, and then another $25 once everything gets cleared. And if he gets a rental in there, then he's going to offer 10% for the next year per month of what the rent is. So it's kind of a big deal. He hands over the keys to the person that seems the most responsible, that being Frankie. Frankie has money, and gives you the address and heads you out. Now, knowing your jobs, usually you want to check out a little bit more about the house than just necessarily go run headfirst into the place. Find out what's going on there. A couple options that we have is we can check out the Boston Globe, which is the newspaper. You can go to the Central Library, which would be a repository of information, as most libraries are. And then there's also the Hall of Records. So it is up to you guys where you want to go. You don't have to stay together. You certainly can split up, but let's split the party up early. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead and drive me
plan
nuts.
on splitting the party right away.
All right.
Daniel, when he's among his peers, wears this outrageous outfit, mostly made of scarves and big necklaces and occult symbols, and it's very flowy. But so I say, I must go and I must consult the spirits, and I go off. But then I take all that off and put on my normal clothes and go to the library to research the house.
All right. All right. Where's everybody else going?
I would actually like to walk the perimeter of the house.
Okay.
Frankie wants to check it out and see, what is it about this house that is preventing it from being sold? It might just be some troubles with the decoration and the decor. Perhaps they're putting too much Van Gogh with Rembrandt, and maybe there's some overlap and between clashing motifs that a trained eye can perform, responsibilities to remedy.
Mm-hmm. Quite possibly.
Hmm.
Are you going to go keep Frankie safe?
At this point, if we're doing investigation, I think I'm going to go back to the neighborhood, see what everybody has to say.
All right.
Maybe do a little bit of a jawing with the locals around there. They probably have some stories that books don't tell.
All right, sounds good. So we're going to deal with Daniel first off real quick. So screen wipe. Daniel, you walk into the Central Library. The Boston Central Library is a large, beautiful building, has stacks of books. There are desks with the green lights, and electricity is fairly new within the city, and it is fully electrified. You can hear the slight hum of electricity throughout the building, as well as the silence that's that permeates every bit of your soul as soon as you walk in. Occasionally you hear a giggle here and there, someone who's looking into something they shouldn't have. So you can look into the library itself, and what is it that you would like to look up? Is there anything in particular or special?
Well, I would want to go consult with a librarian first, and tell her that I was researching this house for a paper that I'm writing.
You see there's a librarian there. She's got curly brown hair and small round glasses that sit low on her nose. She looks up at you and she goes, all right, I think I can help you. We've got some information that might help. Come over here. And she asked that you head over toward one of the reference sections of the library, and she starts looking through some newspapers as well as some records. She invites you to go ahead and look as well, so this way she's not doing the same. Give me a library use roll. So this would be rolling a percentage dice, or simply clicking on it, since we're utilizing the Roll20 system, if you want to use that.
I don't trust it. I don't know where it is on my list here.
Should be alphabetical order.
Yeah, one would expect that.
Or it depends on what alphabet you're talking about.
Oh, library use, 30. The dice say fail.
What did you get?
34.
34. Okay, so that's not too far off. Often within games, if you are in, when you're running games like this, especially games that have hints, some hints need to be found. So those are generally going to be brought out. You're going to get that information. You're going to get your intent. And depending on how well or how poorly you roll, that's going to tell you as to how much more or how much little you receive for information. So you didn't do too bad. You have her assisting you, so she's able to help out. She finds some information, and you're able to locate some information that the home was built around 1835. And immediately the owner fell ill, and they sold it to one Walter Corbett Esquire. And you're able to scroll out some of that information. Now, roughly 20 years ago, he's sued by his neighbors in a consequence of serious habits and inauspicious demeanor. So what does that really mean? Like, why are they suing him? And
But I'd want to go, I'd check the legal stacks.
okay. All right, so you head off and you check into the legal stacks. It takes a little bit of time to get that information. So with that, we're going to screen wipe over to Frankie and Liam. Excuse me. You guys enter into the neighborhood, and a lot of folks in this neighborhood have moved away or died. There's a lot of new businesses and offices that are replacing homes here. After the Great War, there was a pretty large shift and change from being a residential area to being more business oriented. A lot of the homes have been taken down, or they've been converted into office buildings, as we mentioned. The one building, the building in question here is the Corbett House, and it has a front lawn, and it is overgrown. So there are weeds all over the place. Above the front door, there is a on the two pillars on the above near the roof, there is a sun with an eye in it in the wood with rays coming off of the sun. It's pretty fancy. Reminds you a little bit of the Eye of Ra. So it has a bit of a bit of Egyptology flair, which again is all the rage in the 1920s. So in the neighborhood, you see that there's a small box vendor down the street, a little newspaper stand, and there is an older Bostonian fellow with a cigar, not being smoked, stub of a cigar, sitting there hawking his wares. Just down the street.
Frankie, are you with Liam right now?
You both went to the neighborhood she's looking at the house, Frankie's looking at the house, and Liam is in the neighborhood as well.
Okay, I'm gonna go find the vendor down the way.
Okay. He looks at you, looks up, down. You look familiar.
Yeah, I got a brother over on Adel Street. You ever heard of Tommy? Tommy Knees.
You know how many Tommies there are in this town?
Tommy Knees. Okay, he came back. He had kind of a gimpy knee.
No. I know you.
You know me?
I know you.
Okay. How you know me?
You knocked out Sylvester.
Okay.
You cost me $5.
Well, he should have kept his right up. What can I say?
Yeah.
What can I say?
For fighting a southpaw.
Well, God made us in his own image. What can I say? But the point is, I got a question for you. What do you say about that place down the way? Looks like it needs a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah, the Corbett House. Yeah, they should just tear it down.
Yeah, you're telling me it looks like it's been left to the hounds or something. But you ever see anybody going in and out of there?
Nah, not after the Macarios left out.
Okay. That wasn't too far back, right?
Nah, about a year ago.
All right. Just trying to figure out anybody's going in and out of there. Anybody's been messing around with it.
Nah, it's been quiet. Nobody wants to go in. I wouldn't want to go in. I mean, especially what happened with the Macarios. I mean, the mister, he blows a raspberry. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. I'm going to say Finsky might loosen your lips there a little bit.
Hey, no need for that. But you know what? It's a done deal. They're gone.
He just up and left, just boop, out.
Well, for the most part. I mean, he's in Roxbury now in the sanitarium there.
Okay, that took a turn.
Well, I'm not in other people's business.
Yeah, I know you don't see anything, but if somebody did see something, where might they be?
what I'd like for you to do is, because you're trying to get some information out of him,
Yeah.
this is going to be a challenge. So in Call of Cthulhu, there are generally 4 types of social skills that you could utilize. You've got Intimidate, Persuade, Fast Talk, and Charm. Now, it sounds like they're all going to provide you with the same information, just a matter of how about you're going to get them. Some people,
Mhm.
some NPCs in Call of Cthulhu are more likely to respond to one more than the other.
Got it.
So I think that Liam actually has maybe 1 or 2 of those that at a pretty high skill.
Yeah, he does. I'm looking over the sheet right here, and he definitely has a pretty high Intimidate.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to roll with Intimidate on this one.
All right.
Just
Go
trying
ahead.
to get the job moving. All right, let's see. Bam. Hard success.
Let me move that over here so I could see that. Oh, that's, yeah, excellent.
Look,
So
pal, do I seem like a guy who wastes his own time coming down here representing some people that are actually have some interests?
nah. All right. So, like I said, I don't want to talk about it, but the father, he had an accident and went a little,
Yeah.
just not right in the head. He was talking about seeing something with like eyes on fire, and
Eyes on fire. What?
yeah, he wasn't in the war. I don't know, but
It wasn't in the war. Who knows?
she moved him to the sanitarium. Next thing you know, she starts babbling about the same thing, and state comes in, takes the kids go down to Baltimore, and that's how that's the end of that. They were the last ones in there, and place has gone to pot.
Is she out in Roxbury too? Is she somewhere else?
I don't know where she's at.
All right. Well, thanks for the news there, Pops.
Yeah, and he taps the newspaper. News don't necessarily come free. I realize, but guys got to make a living.
I'll give him a dime.
Okay, he hands you a newspaper.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Stay out of that place. It's no good. No good. No story.
We'll see what happens. And then I'll walk back to find Frankie.
All right. So Frankie, you're looking around the house, and
Yeah.
like I mentioned,
Frankie's not quite like going like right up to it, but just like on the perimeter of the property, like just kind of taking it all in, like getting a feel for the aura. Check it out. Are we vibing here?
It is creepy.
Okay.
It has a
Cookie's
creepy.
distressed.
Yeah, Pookie is definitely distressed. There are occasionally a animal like runs through the underbrush as you kind of walk around the exterior. It might have been just a feral cat or something. You're not entirely sure. Maybe it was an opossum. Certainly wasn't a skunk. You didn't smell them. But it's a 2-story home, and it is a building of the time. So it has a entryway that walks up, like a 3-step up to a stoop with a small porch, 2 pillars alongside the front door with a roof over the porch, and then it's a fairly narrow home that goes back around back into the garden or the backyard, if you will. One part is overgrown with rose bushes and briars. You see that there is a wheelbarrow that's overturned, and a small shed with the door open, because the door seems to have been broken off.
All right. The door is broken off going into it's the shed. Is the shed attached to the house? Is it separate from the house?
It's separate.
Okay. So I kind of want to trying to think about how I want to phrase this. I think I want to take a step onto the property. Like now that I've walked the perimeter, I'm like, okay, I've scared the things that would probably need to jump out and run away. So I'll be okay. But why does this feel weird? If I get closer, does it feel more weird? Maybe
As-
poke a head in the shed because I'm not super bright, but very curious.
As you step onto the property, it feels as though the shadows from the buildings, which are taller here, taller than this house, seem to grow deeper. And it seems though that the sun moves behind a cloud as soon as you step across, and the shadows are starting to encroach upon the house.
Okay.
Liam, you see Frankie is walking onto the property and about to head into the backyard.
I'll follow her.
Okay. Frankie, you see that in the backyard there is the shed, and the shed door, like I mentioned, is broken off. Underbrush is fairly soft here, so as you step, it does kick up a bit of a smell of peat moss and of rotting vegetation. Not horribly so, but but almost like fertilizer, because it has rained fairly recently and there's just so much overgrowth. When you get around to the outside, you peek into the shed. It's fairly dark in here. If you move the door a bit, because it's still kind of standing, even though it's broken off, if you move the door, that might give you a little bit more light to check in on this place.
Part of me is going, yeah, let's open the door. The other part of me is going, I'm going to touch something and it's going to set something off because this place is creepy and that's what creepy places do. So I'm going to touch the door and move it.
Okay. All right. So the door seems to be stuck a little bit. So give me a strength roll to try to maneuver the door out of the way.
All right. There you are. Okay. Come on, Frankie. I believe in you. Let's do this.
All right, Frankie.
Bad failure.
But it's not a critical failure. So it's
I broke a nail. God, I just got this painted. Go find that Art Deco artist and do this again. Wait, Art Deco's 20s, yeah? Yeah.
Liam, are you following her to the backyard as well?
I'll follow her around back.
Okay. You see her struggling with the door and then seem to break a nail on this wooden shed door.
Frankie, what are you doing?
Jiminy Christmas.
Hey, easy.
You don't just sneak up on a girl like that. Come on now, you scared Pookie. He about pooped himself.
Well, I guess we wouldn't want that, or neither would you, I would expect. But
No.
What are you doing?
I'm looking. What does it look like I'm doing?
Looks like you're breaking the damn. Get out of the way. Let me do that.
Men.
Fine. So I'll try to move the door as well. What,
Okay.
you trying to get in here?
Give me a strength roll, please.
Extreme success.
With one hand, you're able to pull the door off. It's not a problem.
You're just showing off.
And as soon as that happened, you hear a scream inside that draws all of the hair on the back of your neck to stand on end. I would
inside
like
the shed or the house?
Inside the shed.
Oh, good.
All right. So there's another component to Call of Cthulhu games called sanity. Now, sanity isn't necessarily our concept or our theory or idea of sanity, but it's how well you're holding on to reality. So go ahead and give me a sanity roll.
Ooh, not so good.
Okay.
I'm just chilling in the library.
You made the smart choice.
All right. And Frankie, go ahead and give me a sanity roll as well, because you're right there.
Well, good thing I didn't touch the dang thing. Let's see. Oh, I did touch it actually. Okay, where's sanity on my list?
To the top.
Under
Should
hit
be
points.
Yeah, should
Under,
be at the
oh,
top.
there it is.
Ooh, sweet. So you're both frightened, and you lose 1 point of sanity as the scream is blood curdling. And an opossum runs out with her 6 kids on its back as it runs off into the underbrush. Pookie, is Pookie a dog?
Yes, a miniature Taros dog.
Okay, all right. Pookie lets out a yelp as well, and hides deeper into your handbag. And both of you are caught, are caught by this scream. and it chills you enough that it's a little bit unnerving. It's kind of upped your adrenaline, if you will.
You just had to show off, didn't ya?
I didn't know the damn thing was inside the shed. What are we doing? What are you going in there for anyway? We don't need to go in there.
I'm just
We're waiting
curious.
for what's his name with the coat.
Well, what's his name's taking too long?
Screen wipe over
I
to
need
the
to
library.
make money.
I found the book.
You found
Poring over books.
so you are able to find the law record, and where did it go?
Should I
for me?
roll law language?
Give me a tick. Well, it's not law language, but it's actually law itself.
Is that
Sorry,
separate from
I accidentally rolled.
languages under law?
Say that again.
So I see under languages, I see own and law and library use.
Okay, so languages is not a separate. Language is its own separate category, but law is not underneath language, other than the fact that it
It's
falls.
just, it looks like it is on Roll20.
Sadly, I did not create this character sheet.
Okay, so I just roll law.
Yes.
And I have very low skill in law, but
Okay.
I have high luck. I got a 30.
Okay. What is your law skill?
5.
A 5. Okay. So with the librarian's help, we're going to say that you're able to find this bit of information. You're not able to find out. Well, the information that you find out is he won the initial lawsuit. They dismissed it. You also find his obituary. He passed away in 1866. So about 60 years ago, he resided in the same place. And it also stated that in 1864, before his death, there was another lawsuit that was placed, and it was to prevent him from being buried in his basement as per his will's request.
Was there an appeal, or what was the verdict?
You are not able to find it.
It's at the end of the. Can I use my luck?
No.
Dang it. All right, I slam the book and I storm off because I can't seem to find what I want, and I'm tired of. I think I got some good information, and we'll see if it helps me. And as I'm going, I'm pulling out of my bag that's made of the scarves to adorn myself with my appearance.
All right. So everyone should see. I had included
rain
those
now.
handouts.
Oh, I see. They've been stacking behind each other.
Yeah, I have 1, 3, and 4.
I just have 3 and 4.
1 was the original.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go.
And there is handout 5.
Yeah.
Now, all of those should be available for you if you look in your.
Okay, there we go.
If you look in your journal, they all should be there for you to reference.
Okay, so I feel like Daniel at this point, because he's an occultist, a charlatan occultist, and he's been tasked with clearing the house for the investor, right? That's the premise.
Yes.
So I'd like to go and I want to do a seance to try and contact Corbett and set his soul to rest, because I know that he wanted to be buried in his basement. Ask him if he got what he wanted, and clear the house. Like, that's what I wanted. That's my plan.
Okay. I think that's a very good plan. All right. So we're going to say that your research was actually happening earlier on in the day. So we're going to play with the timeline a little bit. And you're able to find that information, then head over to the house. Liam and Frankie, as you guys are in the backyard, you hear a carriage, a car pull up out front, and someone mentioned talking out front, being like, you're a weirdo, get out of my car.
Ooh. All weird, putting on a show.
And the cab,
swatting away at the ghosts.
And the cabbie kind of drives off, and somehow you didn't have to pay for your ride. Now,
nice skill.
Daniel, you look over at the house and a chill goes up the back of your spine as, yeah, this house is creepy. You've done some creepy stuff
Actually
before.
creepy.
This has got some actual creepiness to it. This might out creepy you.
Yeah. I'm used to the fake haunted houses.
Mm-hmm.
little skeeved out about this. I pushed forward. I pushed through.
Okay. All right. So in the shed itself, you see that there are some tools here. There is a spade that's been the handle's been broken. There is an intact hoe, and there are also tree loppers for the large scissor-like things to cut branches are also in here. There's a couple cans of what looks to be paint, but they've been cracked open. It looks like it's been dried out. That's all that you see here in this creepy shed.
What do you say, Frankie? You want to go back to the front?
Might as well see what else we've got going on here. I mean, lots more to see. I can tell from the aesthetic why it's not selling or renting out. There's a little bit of a lack of care and touch.
You can tell from the what now?
You wouldn't understand. It's fine. Let's keep going, shall we?
Right. Yeah. Back to the front. So is O'Connor shown up, or is that who got out of the car in the front?
Yes.
Okay.
O'Connor has shown up.
All right.
Yes, and I'm examining the door frame.
Hey, watch out for possums there, big guy.
So
nothing.
Yeah, they're real ferocious.
The front door itself is, you can see that there is a latch and a lock that was in places, as there should be, for the normal house. But then there are also 4 additional bolts.
From the outside?
Yes.
Or are we on the inside?
No, from the outside. And they all look as they're fairly new.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
are they latched or unlatched or locked?
Well, the bolts themselves. So, okay, it is like a deadlock, like a deadbolt. There are 4 deadbolt key openings or key points here. So the door is securely closed.
And we were not given keys to get in?
You were, yes. Okay. Frankie has the keys.
Okay, I would turn to Frankie and say, I have secured the door. You may enter.
Right, let me get the keys out. Mm-hmm.
Did you learn anything down at the library?
There is a gentleman that we must contact tonight. Beyond the grave.
Right, yeah. Beyond the grave.
Sounds like fun. Party. Shall I bring sangria?
Yes.
Sure.
You'll need some substance that would substitute for the blood of the innocents.
Right, blood.
Well,
sangria shall be fine.
Should I bring some crackers too? Cheese.
Like
Make
cheese
it a soiree.
You don't need it. Don't complicate it. It's just cheese. It's okay. Well, while you were on the train to Cooktown, I had a conversation with some locals, and turns out old man Macario, he and his old lady, they kind of went off the tracks a wee bit, and that one of them's down in, I think, Rochester. At least the old man Macario is. I don't know about his old lady, and the kids are down in Baltimore. Something about eyes on fire.
Ah, yes, the spirits of this place are on fire.
Right.
Fire.
Look, all it is probably just some kids holed up in the basement, giving the old man a hard time. Who knows what it is, right? We just go in there, we clear them out, get the squatters out of there. Boom.
After tonight, we will make a believer of you yet.
Believing in dollars. Uncle Sam wants to line my pockets with his federal currency, that's fine with me. It's all right.
You'll
Let's just get the job done.
So
Don't
Frankie
worry,
unlocks all the doors while these two are going on, like just like, oh,
Okay.
God, men.
So the door opens up with a loud creak. And inside you see a long hallway. The floors are hardwood floors, and there is a runner carpet down the center of the room, down the center of the hall. And there are 5 doors available for you to see here. There's 3 on the left and 2 on the right. You're not entirely sure where the doors go. All the doors have been closed. It is the paint, the white paint is chipping off of the walls. The paneling goes up about halfway up the walls. Any of the paintings, you could see that there are frame marks where it's less dirty and squares along the way. There is a mirror about halfway down the hallway on the right that has a beautiful gilded frame, excuse me. But the mirror itself is cracked in half, kind of in like a lightning bolt shape. The mirror part is still in place, but it's got a crack through the entire thing.
Okay.
And
I'd like
like I
to
said,
get out my my spirit rods
okay.
to try and detect any spirits in the hallway, in which direction to explore the house. My
Gameplay
dowsing rod.
question.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
So on Roll20, I'm just seeing a black square. Is that what everyone else is seeing?
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
want-
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure if something wasn't loading or not.
'Cause it's
It
pitch
did
black.
not load for me properly, but that's okay. I'll fix that here.
It's really, really dark.
It's very dark. They had blackout curtains, right?
Good
All
blackout curtains.
boards and blackout curtains, as well as just painted all the walls black.
With crushed velvet, even. So
That's
that's no
right.
sound either.
And there's just coal dust everywhere. Noir by Louis Vuitton.
Oh, I see something.
Hey,
Did something change?
I see
Yep.
party token.
I'm moving my token around to explore the hallway.
Oh, hey.
Oop, 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 oop,
Oh, are we?
oop, oop.
Hey.
Outside. In
token-
okay.
The token's moving without me. Oh, we can all move the token.
You can all move the token. This is
Ooh.
That's gonna end well.
now here's the thing. If you wish to
Oh.
if you want to split up, I can change things up. But like I mentioned, this is mostly for a point of
Light.
theater of the mind, point of light
Yeah.
idea.
Mm.
Are you able to see the 5 doors that are
I-
there?
You can sort of
Yes.
see
Yeah.
that there are entrances and exit.
Okay.
Do my
I had to
dowsing
resist
rods
the urge to point to them off screen. There. Wait.
trying to determine which door to start with?
Yeah, where do your spirit rods tell you to
Let's-
go?
Let's find out.
Yeah, what is that you're rolling?
I'm rolling in a 100-degree circle.
Oh, I meant when you picked up your dice box. What is it? Oh, okay.
What is my dice box?
No. I was wondering what if you were rolling a skill.
Oh no, I'm rolling a 100-degree circle.
Oh,
To
okay.
tell you which direction I think the dowsing rods are going. I rolled a 100.
Okay. They point down. You want to try it again?
Sure.
What are those things?
3.
Just playing with
point down.
sticks.
Oh, down.
Aren't you supposed to know how to read these things? Like, isn't that your
Of course I was.
thing?
You always double check your work.
Daniel, something's bothering you. Because this stuff is not
I know.
real.
I know.
But these just went
freaking.
and they just pointed down. And then it happened again.
Yes. Trying to keep my cool here. This is,
Are there any? It's dark in this house, I'm assuming.
It is dark in this house, yes.
Are there any candles left over anywhere?
Go ahead and give me a luck roll.
Alrighty. Let's find out how lucky we are today.
No.
No, there are
very.
no
Actually, you do see that there is one of the small handles for the long taper candles, and there is a candle in there, but there's less than 1/4 of an inch left, and no wick.
Nah, that's not going to work.
That's because John has left the building.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Tip your waitress. I'm going to assume since it's the 1920s, I probably smoke and therefore have matches on me.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to probably strike a match real quick just to get a rough idea of what's in the room.
Okay. In this hallway, there is a small table, kind of halfway on the right-hand side of the hallway itself, for people to place things. There is no coat room that you could see. Yep, right about there. Right about halfway down is where there is a small table. Nothing else really on the table. Looks as though somebody's come in and cleaned this place out. All the pictures on the walls have been taken off. The mirror is cracked. At the end of the hallway, you do see that there are stairs that lead up, and that looks like there might be another door as well.
Stairs that lead up?
Yes.
We need to go up.
I thought your sticks were pointing down.
Yes. Down is up.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Frankie, what's he talking about?
I don't know. Down.
Right.
Trust the expert.
He's got more
Aye.
scarves than a Turkish bazaar. I have no idea.
We'll trust the kook with the scarves. Lead on, yeah, eminence.
As I go, I get my pouch of salt,
Mhm.
and I throw it
Okay.
as I go, like this.
All right. And so you guys head to the end of the hallway, and there's a flight of stairs that hooks up into the left and kind of leads upstairs.
Hey, now the guy's seasoning the house.
Oh,
Where'd our
those
token
stairs.
go?
Okay.
should be up toward the token. Should be toward the
there
top.
it is.
There
Scroll
is a
up.
hallway here with 4 more doors.
To the left. To the left.
Yeah, to the left.
Yeah, lead on. Do you need me to get this door too?
You know what? Sit down. I'm gonna open a door.
Okay, which one? So which door? There's a door immediately at the top of the stairs.
That
Then
one.
that one. Okay.
I'm curious. Let's see.
Okay, into that one. So this looks like it's a bedroom, obviously. It contains a bed frame, and there are a bare bed spring and a dresser here. It is pretty plain, and as though it's been already also cleaned out. This might have been one of the kids' rooms, or maybe a spare bedroom itself. It is a little bit larger and looks like it's well appointed in the hardwood floors. The paneling in this room seem to be just a touch better than the stuff outside in the hallway.
I like this room. At least. Okay.
So you said it looks like a kid's room?
No, it could have been used as one of the kids' rooms. You don't see any toys or anything like that, but it seems like it's more of a spare room at this point.
What are your sticks saying now?
I'm elaborately throwing my scarves around the room, trying to ease my own nerves by physically acting out, getting my willies out before I actually head into the basement where I think that the rods were going. So I'm sitting here. I'm not responding.
Right.
When you stop for a moment, the bed bounces. And you're
Like the mattress or the frame
it's just there's no frame, it's just a bed spring. Like it's a frame with a spring on the bottom. And it bounces just once.
All right, how you doing that?
spirits.
Do it again.
The door shuts behind the three of you.
This is where we will hold the seance.
Stress petting my Pookie.
My mom's gonna kill me messing around with some kind. You know I'm Catholic, right?
Perfect. Do you have a crucifix?
You're asking me if I got a crucifix. Of course I got a damn crucifix. Here.
What happens when he pulls out the crucifix?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, see, I got it. Yeah.
I take it and my
but
several.
I
thought you handed it to me.
I showed it to you.
Oh, okay.
I'll hang on to it.
Yes, I pull out
you
my.
need this too?
I pull out my several different, religious symbols.
Like Benny from the Mummy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And just kind of, gesture those around in the general area to see if there's any response to the religious symbols.
Who's closest to the door?
Full disclosure, before the door shut, my plan was to go out into the hallway and double check to make sure we weren't going to get jumped. So I'm probably close to the door.
Okay. You hear about ankle height on the door, something scratching at the door. Kind of sounds almost like a dog scratch.
See, now the possums, they closed the damn door. There's too many of them here. I'll kick the door.
Open the door.
Okay.
I'll kick the door. Get out of here, you little bastard. I'll try to open the door.
Door doesn't want to open. It seems like it's jammed.
Yes.
You can turn the knob, but the door itself seems like it's stuck. It's almost seized.
Stupid house. You get down here by the seashore and it just swells up. And I'll start trying to yank the door out of the way to make it open.
Okay, go ahead, give me a strength roll. Who's closest to the bed?
Probably me, since I walked in first.
Okay.
Hard success on strength.
All right. You yank open the door. Or excuse me, you push open the door.
Oh, okay.
And it finally it finally gives, and you put a shoulder into it. It was pretty hard to do. Illuminating, it's still kind of dark in here. There is some light coming through the windows with the curtains that have kind of pulled back a bit. And Frankie, you see that the bed, as you glance over and look at the door that's opened, you look back and the bed has moved about 3 feet closer to you.
Pookie, do you see that?
Pookie climbs back into your bag and lets out a noise like, no.
Oh. Well, thing, probably just hungry. What did I feed you last? I should feed you again here soon. Frankie. Oh dear God, Frankie. Frankie's gonna nudge the bed back.
Okay. You push
You
the
go
bed.
there.
It as it creaks against the floor and pushes back. Daniel, this should not be happening. Like,
I know.
Okay.
I know, but I'm trying. Like I said, I'm trying to keep my my cool about me. I think that there's a little bit of buying, like getting high on your own supply, like that. He wants to believe, like maybe now this is like real, and or it's obviously way more real than the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's convinced himself that he is fully equipped for this, and that all the same things should apply, So he's going to try he's going to fall back on his tricks of the trade.
Okay.
And see if they just work in reality.
All right. So now the door is open and the bed has been moved back, and you don't really find anything else in here.
And check that mattress. There's probably a damn possum in it.
Well, it's just the spring. So
okay.
At the time,
so it's just a metal structure.
Yeah, just a metal structure
Okay.
with springs across the top. Like it's a metal frame with like a box spring that was already on there.
Mm-hmm.
And my roommates are making noise downstairs cleaning, which is making me think that there's noises behind me, kind of creeping me out myself.
Yeah. So
I can hear my kid squeal past my headphones. So every time I hear a little shrill, wee, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah. So Daniel's gonna say, this is this is a serious case. We must move quickly. I consult the dowsing rods again.
Okay. They point down.
Mm.
Liam,
You think
out in-
maybe I go
This
down?
time means up. I mean, this time up means, or down means down.
Liam, at the end of the hallway, you see the door to the bedroom out toward the front of the house open up. It just
Hello?
pushes open. Shoot.
Somebody in here?
You see inside. It looks like it's a nice bedroom. There is a double bed here with a bookshelf and there's a window overlooking the street. You see that there's quite a few candles here, a lot of novena candles, and
Okay.
there is a rosary set up alongside, or rosaries on both of the nightstands on both sides of the bed.
Okay.
There's a picture, a painting of the Last Supper above the bed, and if you kind of peek in, you see that there is a rosary, not a rosary, there is a crucifix above the door.
Hey, O'Connell, you still looking for that crucifix?
I follow in. I see the scene, and what does Daniel think of this scene here?
I don't know, you tell me.
Why? I mean, I think
The Macarios are an Italian family, so
yeah,
they most likely Roman Catholic. There are lots of the rosaries there, and quite a few crucifixes, and also
Yes.
the novena candles too. So
They
hey,
went to great
there's some light
lengths.
for you.
Yeah, I was
They
going to
wouldn't-
say, I'm going to pocket one of the novenas that
Yeah.
has some life left in it, and I'll pick another one up and just light it up.
Okay,
And if there's extra matches, I'll pick some of those up too.
there's
All
some
right.
nice long
Oh,
long strike anywhere matches.
perfect. I'll take a pocket full of those too.
Mhm.
I know the novenas that I'm thinking of, they're pretty big, so I can probably only take like one spare, right?
Yeah, you might be able to fit one because dress pockets in men's pants are pretty big. Dress pockets in women's pants, not so much.
I'll hand a spare one to Frankie. Yeah, hang on to
All
this.
right. Got it. Sure.
And I'll actually light 3 and I'll pass them out so that everybody has one.
Okay. The room lights up, and here you see that the bed is made. There is a duvet over the top, and 2 pillows. I mean, this house is a middle class house. This is a middle class bed with some luxuries. It looks like the duvet was handmade. Not atypical at all. It's certainly normal.
Hmm.
Now, from my imagination is that Liam is in the room, Daniel's in the room, but Frankie is kind of hanging back a little bit, or
I'd say poking my head and like taking it in from like the door frame of like checking out the wallpaper,
okay.
looking at the bed.
Yeah, and I would have handed
observing
Frankie a
where
lit
the
candle.
Did you guys want to look into this room a little bit more?
Yeah,
Check it out, or just kind of, all right, cool, we've got what we got. And
I mean,
I'd like to see if there was a Bible in the room.
okay.
I'm going to check
that-
under the bed, look in some places that look like you might be able to hide something.
All right.
Yeah.
The 2 of you roll a spot hidden roll for me.
44 out of 39.
Oh, there we go.
44 out of 39. Okay. And 42
Um,
out of 45.
yeah.
All right. So, Daniel, you find a Bible in one of the drawers. There are no more clothes here, but the Bible still remains. Liam, underneath the bed, you see that there are some blankets, but as you move the blanket a little bit, you see that there's something carved into the wood on the floor under the bed.
Can I see it, or am I going to have to move the bed?
You're going to have to move the bed. It's pretty big. It's like somebody carved into the hardwood. Pretty.
I'll shove the blankets out of the way and hand the extra candle back to O'Connell. Hey, take a step back for a second. I want to see something. And I'll try to shove the bed out of the way.
Okay. You push the bed out of the way and you actually have to kind of lift it up on edge. Underneath the blankets, there is a circle with what looks to be a scribed star, but it has, different aspects to it, almost as though that it's a for you guys, but not for your characters. It's a sigil. It's where it's a, bunch of geometric figures within the circle. But to our folks, actually, you know what? Go ahead and give me a cult roll for the three of you.
Cult?
Not even a little bit.
37 out of 45.
Excellent.
Let's see. Cult. Where'd you go? Boop.
Excellent.
24. Yeah.
Nice.
20. All right. So the ones that I expected to make it. And the one that doesn't get it, I kind of figured. Yeah, Liam, you've got no clue what this is.
What's this? What is this? The Macario's making some kind of cabin in the floor. That doesn't make any sense. What is this?
So this looks to be some type of warding, warding sigil.
Yes, this family went to great lengths to sleep in this home.
Most families do.
I would like so lore with Call of Cthulhu, and just think about lore in general. There's different kinds of warding sigils and different kinds of like magic and occult. Would I be able to roll either like anthropology, archaeology, appraisal, or something or something else similar to identify like where maybe this is coming, like the source material, lack of better words?
So you've got to, you rolled well enough.
Okay.
So this is very similar to something that you've seen in a book about Thelema, which is a neo-magical system that's popping up in Great Britain right now. Something about a beast and whatnot.
Got it.
Meaning Crowley, Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
So, and that is kind of the rage in a lot of the occult circles, is like, ooh, what is the madman's coming up with now? So Frankie, you step into the room to get a better look of what this is as you're kind of focusing on that. As you do, the three of you notice that the carving begins to darken, and it looks as though that it's filling up with blood. Well, a dark red liquid, but you're pretty safe to figure it's blood. The smell of copper and tin kind of assault your senses.
Hey, spooky, touch it.
What is that? Blood?
Are you telling me to touch the blood?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I
No.
want you, like, this stuff. Look at that. I want you to, like, what is that? Like, do your thing.
My thing is I'm going to flip through the Bible that I have in my hands really quickly to see if there's anything that has been marked, or if there's anything inside the Bible.
Nothing out of the ordinary. No, you kind of glance through. There's nothing in the margins, nothing crazy like that, or not even necessarily crazy, but nothing out of the ordinary.
I'm gonna guess Liam's never seen anything like this before.
Pretty much.
He will pray.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm pulling out the holy water.
Okay. Which one?
Yes. Frankie will pet Pookie some more.
Which holy water?
Holy water of the Presbyterian holy water.
Okay.
Got that.
The high test.
Foreordained holy water.
So
Calvinist holy water.
after a few moments, it seems to seep into the wood and disappear again. And it sounds like there is some noises happening downstairs. Not like there's noises happening behind me downstairs, but there are noises happening. It sounds like on the first floor, it sounds like some like furniture is being moved around.
That's not possums.
It is the spirit of the owner of this house.
Macario's not dead.
Him. not Acario. The true owner.
Who's that?
The suspense is
Corbett.
killing me.
It's Corbett. Walter Corbett, Esquire. Walter!
The
Are you
door
here?
slammed shut.
Whoa!
Walter, are you here with us?
Oh my God, it's working. It's working. It's working.
What are we supposed to
Walter,
do with
make
this?
yourself known.
The window in the bedroom opens up. You notice that the windows were nailed shut before.
So
And
where
it
the
just slides
nails
up.
go?
They're still in the.
Ah. Oh, so they're okay.
Just got yanked out of the windowsill.
All right.
Yikes.
So Frankie's in the corner, like, this is fine. This is fine.
Gather round the circle.
With the bleeding circle? What are you, nuts?
Sit. I sit at the circle.
Okay. Outside or inside?
Outside the circle.
Okay.
Sit around the circle. It is time.
Time for what?
It's time for what we were paid for. You are so concerned of money. If you wish to receive your payment, we must set the spirit to rest.
Give
What
me a
were
moment,
you
guys. I'll be
told?
right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Say, what were you told about this house? I was told just make it look pretty.
I will also be right back.
Oh, okay. I guess it's bio break time. Hi there, folks. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be right back. And now here's the part where the commercial break is.
Daniel, you sit down on the outside of the circle. Now, Liam and Frankie, are you guys going to sit outside the circle as well?
Well, I'm questioning my life choices to make a quick buck right now. But since I'm here and at the party, open my purse, pull out the sangria. Sit down.
Can I use
Liam
my
is-
persuasion?
Liam is not feeling super safe right now, but he's trying to put on a big front. So he's going to sit down and try very hard not to look afraid.
Okay.
Join
All right.
hands. Join hands around the circle.
All right. So you all sit around the circle, join hands. You have your sangria, you have your fermented grape, you have candles, you have salt.
I think he spread most of it on the hallway on the way up here.
Oh, he's got it. He's got enough to handle everything for Salt Bay for next year, probably.
Fancy exorcisms.
Yeah, I would I would call like, Walter, speak through me so that we can hear your cry. Walter! Walter Corbett, Esquire, I call upon you in the name of the Father and the Son of the Holy Ghost to come and reveal yourself.
Roll your power.
70. Ooh, I'm 70.
You're real
Wow.
fancy.
I rolled 70.
You rolled 70. Daniel's eyes, I believe you. Daniel's eyes roll back in his head.
Oh God. Okay.
Was it effective? Because my lights are even brighter. Hold on.
That sounds fantastic. You don't have to change your lights.
Getting
But-
into it.
Yeah. Get out of my house. Comes out of Daniel's mouth.
How's he doing that?
Get out of my house.
Why?
You do not belong here.
What are the eyes on fire?
Me. And you will be on fire soon too. Release
very
me
hospitable.
now.
I'm going to slap O'Connell.
Okay. You slap O'Connor, excuse me.
Excuse me, O'Connor. Yeah, got the
And,
mummy
Connell's
stuck in
a
my
good one too.
Yeah.
Mummy.
Um, and
Just
so
right
Daniel,
across the face.
last thing you remember was saying that, speak through me.
Yeah,
You don't remember saying any of that.
I guess it's not working.
The hell's wrong with you?
I'm above. Okay.
Is the
okay.
room
I
still-
throw my. I
Is the
throw
room
my.
still freaking out?
I throw my my scarves off. Say, okay, this is above my pay grade, guys.
What do you mean above your pay grade? You got us into this.
What? Clearly, I have no power here.
No, clearly you got fine-tuned by some kind of ghost.
What are you talking about?
None
Oh,
of that.
Frankie.
You don't have any of that recollection. Okay. So, sweetie, sit down again. You were possessed.
What?
It's a thing that happens when
not
a
real.
spiritual. Aren't
Ah,
you
jeez.
the but
See, I know I should have listened to Father Ricky. I should have said way more Hail Marys, way more Our
Come
Fathers.
on,
This is why. This is how we get
Just
up
a
in this situation.
show.
What do you mean it's not? It's what you faked that?
Yes. No, it's not.
How'd you make the door through the thing? How'd you
I
make? the
didn't do any of this. I normally do, but I don't. I didn't today. This is the real thing.
What are you shining me on? You're some kind of con?
I'm not some kind of con. I am a con.
And the window slams shut. And the nails pop off and land onto the floor.
Okay, how you doing that? That's nope, nope.
Not me. We got to get out of this house.
Yeah, right ahead of you, pal.
boys,
Go. Come on.
I need to make money on this house so I can live a life of luxury. We are
Yeah, we'll burn
we're
the
gonna
house
figure this
down.
out. We're gonna figure
$25
this
is not
out.
going to give you a
Insurance
life of luxury, sweetheart. It's going to end up with a
10%
coffin and a really
for a
pretty
month or a
headstone.
year will be great. I don't mind a pretty headstone at the end of this road either. But still, I bet there's someone pulling some strings here. We should keep looking.
What, you think this is some
no.
kind of big con
I-
house?
No. This
I've
is
seen
no.
weirder stuff
This
in
is no.
Europe.
I'm trying to get out.
What do you mean you've seen weirdest stuff in your what? Who are you?
Frankie.
I try and open the door.
Oh, hellfire.
The door opens, actually.
Yeah, I just go try to leave.
Okay. All right. So as
Down the hall.
you head down the hall and you making your way down the stairs.
Yes.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Liam is kind of torn between wanting to leave, but also wanting to stay and look tough in front of a lady. So Evens, he'll stick with Frankie, but be very uncomfortable.
Okay.
You'll enjoy the ride, sweetheart. We got this.
Just let me know when I can get out of here.
So Daniel,
So
you get to the top of the stairs, and the bathroom door is open. That's this room right here. The bathroom door is open, and you kind of glance over as you're still walking, because you're moving pretty quickly, and the porcelain sink on a pedestal flies out of the bathroom at a pretty high rate of speed. I would like you to make a dodge roll.
Dodge, dive,
Dodge,
dip.
duck, dip, dive, and dodge the sink.
And the house says, "Oh no."
90.
Ooh.
Oh no.
If you can dodge a sink, you can dodge a ball. Apparently, you
I
can
cannot
neither.
dodge a sink. Yeah, no luck's getting out of that.
Poor Danny. We knew him well.
All right. So because I'm a kind and benevolent GM, go ahead, roll 1d6.
Oh. Don't have my D6 here because I didn't know there was a D6 in this game.
Yeah.
I have a 2.
All right. So the sink smacks into you, causing you to tumble down the stairs,
Gosh.
making a hell of a racket.
Well, he's on
And-
his way out.
Yep. You make it to the bottom of the stairs. You hit the corner, the flight, and just keep going. Luckily, you only take 2 points of damage in total. You happen to roll just the right way, but you've got a nice bruise on the side of your head from where the sink, crowned you and pitched you forward.
Frankie just yells from the other room, "This is why you walk down the stairs. Slow down."
Jesus, lady, what's in that sangria? Man, awfully calm in this.
Everything's fine.
After you, sweetheart.
Onwards. All right.
So there is another room in here. Well, there's 2 more rooms. There's the middle room, and then there's also the bathroom, if you guys wanted to check those out. I mean,
I'm
I
going to
don't-
assume we didn't see the sink go flying into Daniel.
No,
but
you
I'm
did not. 'Cause
I'm going to bet we see the remnants of a porcelain sink randomly in the hallway.
yeah, it's not even so much the remnants, because it's a pedestal sink. It's still there. It didn't break.
Ceramic coated iron. If it's from the 1920s, that thing's probably built like a tank.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Thank you, Matcha.
what we're trying to salvage this house and now we're just breaking it. Okay.
Who's
Um,
breaking things? The house is trying to break us.
Who says it's the house? I still think there's someone in here. Like you said, there's probably some teenagers making a ruckus and we should go find them.
Some rather industrious teenagers.
I mean, have you seen this place? It looks fairly boring.
Just we got to keep going. It's okay. I'll
Hmm.
follow you.
Right.
Daniel,
Guess
stop
we'll-
moving your token. Put that back at the bottom of the stairs, because you're kind of dazed a little bit.
I'm trying to get out of here.
Frankie is putting on a very brave face in front of the big boys, who, especially the one who opened the door, that she's still a little bitter about because her nail still hurts, and wants to just peek ahead in the rest of the rooms, and just so that she said she did, and she can just go downstairs and regroup and a little bit unnerved, and Pookie needs to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I must think about the Pookie.
So you peek into the second room, which is this room right here. And in there, you see there are 2 small beds, a whole bunch of toys scattered all about, children's clothes tossed everywhere. This room is dusty. Nobody's been here for about a year or so. And there's pictures of, a cowboy theme on the wall. This is certainly a children's bedroom.
All right, just keep eating myself as I'm eating cucumber. Duly noted. All right, what's the other room? We're just gonna take a peek and slowly
The next bedroom is the spare bedroom that only had the bed frame itself.
Okay.
And then finally is a bathroom with a typical water closet, toilet, bathtub, and there was a sink in here and a medicine closet. Daniel, you kind of come to as you're at the bottom of the stairs. There is a doorway. Actually, yeah, there's a doorway directly in front of you that is now open with stairs leading down into the basement.
I want to move right past it.
Okay.
And go to the exit.
All right. You get to the front door. You beat feet, make haste. You find the front door is closed.
I
And
try
locked.
to open it.
All of the bolts are locked. You don't have the keys.
I try to pick the lock.
All right, go ahead and give me a locksmith roll. It takes a little bit of time to do these locks, depending on
Yes.
how well you roll. So
Try to get out. Hey, 15 out of 45.
all right. So it's going to take you a little bit to get through these. So Liam and Frankie, you guys kind of cleared, quote unquote, cleared the upstairs.
Was there are we on the third floor or the second floor?
The second floor.
Okay, so we didn't bypass the floor on the way up.
Correct.
Okay.
Before we finish clearing the room, I want to open the medicine cabinet.
Okay.
It's the 20s. There might be some treasure.
Yes, there is some treasure. You see that there is some cough syrup in there.
Laudanum or
grab that.
cocaine flavored.
All three.
Okay.
Into the bag.
Yikes.
Make room, Pookie.
All right.
Still
Make
good.
sure it's tightly shut for Pookie.
Yeah. But
That'll end well.
It'll end peacefully. Well, on one, it'll end peacefully. One, it won't end well at all.
it'll be messy.
In your bag too.
All right. I have a new one. How
droll.
You mean a new dog?
¿Por qué no los dos? I'll look down the stairs to see if I can see where O'Connor went.
He's not at the bottom of the stairs anymore.
We seem to have lost woo man.
woo man.
I don't know what he's a con. He's not a con. It's all fake, right?
He's a man with a big ego and little else.
You got harsh words, lady.
In a man's world, you gotta.
I don't know what to say about that. We just gotta look. A haunted ghost, haunted house trying to kill us.
Teenagers, I'm not ready to. I'm not conceding. I bet that charlatan was making up a complete farce. He probably wants our share of the money.
Well, you think he's in on it?
I mean, did you see how fast he ran and left us? Yeah.
Okay, it's time to go get some answers. I'm gonna head down the stairs after Daniel.
Okay. You get to the bottom of the stairs, and there is some bright light as the front door opens up as Daniel's able to pick the lock.
O'Connor, where you going?
I'm leaving. Goodbye. Go out the front door.
I will try to chase after him if I can.
All right. So let me see here.
I'm not going to chase so far that I leave Frankie behind, but if I can reach
Following,
him
don't
in
worry.
time-
I'm following.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're right behind me, then I'm going hellbent for leather towards Daniel.
All right. If you look on the second page of the character sheet underneath combat, there is a item that says movement rate.
Yes.
Dive,
8.
Duck, dip, dive.
8. Yes.
You're all
Equally.
8.
I'm
All right.
also
Equally
eight.
fast. I'm that classy lady with pants underneath the skirt, so I can just book it.
Okay.
I don't play no games.
Miss Frankie, don't play.
Mm-mm.
All
right.
And I can't close that joy. Give me a real quick moment.
Take your time.
Hooray, rolled 20 and some of its things. All right,
Jason's
so
getting a cigarette out.
you're able to Daniel, you get outside, you're in the front lawn area, and Liam is on you in no time.
Just full tackle.
Oh, you're gonna tackle him? Okay.
Yes, I think he's trying to leave with my money.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll a brawl for me. And Daniel, do you think that you would be able to dodge this? Are you paying enough attention to it?
No, I'm trying to find a cigarette.
Okay.
Success.
All right. Now, you've got a damage bonus of 1d4.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go ahead and roll a 1d4, you can find that on the left-hand side. There is a little,
We'll die.
yep, little die.
Second icon from the bottom.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm not going to have you roll your punch damage because you're not necessarily, boxing with him to knock
Got
him
it.
out. You're just trying to tackle him. So
Yeah.
you're able to tackle him. Now, you said you wanted a full-on tackle. Does that mean that you are trying to hurt him or just pin him?
I'm just trying to pin him. I'm not trying to
Okay.
injure him.
Okay, so we're going to cut that in half. So you're going to take 1 point of damage because you kind of held back instead of trying to slam his face off of the.
I'm not trying to tackle him off the porch. I'm just trying to
It's kind of
stop
what
him from.
happened.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then, tally ho.
Yeah. So you both land on the ground, in a huff and in some dirt and a little bit of nettles. Daniel, the wind's been knocked out of you. Do you take a point of damage? And you guys kind of
Daniel.
roll. Frankie, you yeah, this is exciting.
Yeah, this is fun. It's a party now.
Are you leaving the house?
I will stand outside the door on the front porch and say, "All right, fess up."
The door
We're over.
slams shut behind you, and then you hear click, 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 click.
You do know, looking at Daniel, I have the keys. I can just fix this, right?
Fine. If you
Who are
want
your
to.
friends inside the
Fine.
house?
No. Here. If y'all want to do this, I'm out. Here, take the money.
Okay.
What do you mean? Give me that.
Take my
Yeah,
half.
give me that. Give me
Yeah,
that.
take my half. I just want to get. I just need to get out of here. This is real life, guys. If you're going in there, you're not going with me.
Who are you working with? And don't give me
I
no
was
lip.
working with you, you idiot.
That doesn't make any sense.
We
Who's
came
moving things
here
around in there?
together.
Yeah, we came here together, but you came here before us. What,
No, I
did Macario
didn't.
put you up to this?
You came
You know that
here
guy down the
before
street?
me.
You know the news guy?
You came here before me. How do I know it's not you?
Well, what if you got here days before us and set it all up?
I'm not the one running out of the house.
If-
Trying to lock us in there so that we can get rolled. I don't need that.
Then leave. Leave with me.
Would it not put you up to this?
No, Marsh.
Yeah, they put you up. Is this even
Just
real? Are
like
we getting
you.
paid? Frankie, are we getting paid?
I thought we were getting paid.
You're
I
not going
assumed
to
it was
get
getting
paid
paid.
because this house is not going to stop doing these things. I've seen many things. I've seen many hauntings, and I tell you, they were hauntings. This is not a haunting. This is a haunting.
You're using the same word in a way that makes me think I should know what you're talking about, but I don't. Now, listen, you're coming back into that house because you're the only one who knows how this works, and you're going to get us through whatever we need to
I
do to
don't
get paid.
really know anything.
Well, you can play it on the radio, pal. Come on.
It's Walter. It's this guy, Walter Corbett. He's haunting
Go
the
talk to your
house.
pal Walter and get him to give us the whatever
Not
we need to
my
do to
pal.
get paid.
Can we at least find out why he's just hanging out?
He wanted to
If
be
this,
buried.
if this is
He
really,
wanted
if
to
this
be
is
buried
a
here.
haunting, why is he just? He wanted to be buried. Well, so is he buried here?
I don't know.
Did you get the? Well, we should probably go get those records then, huh?
All I know is you just need to go in the basement. Okay, that's all I know. That's
Well, then it
all I
sounds
know.
like we're going to the basement, pal. Come
Let's
on.
go. Come on, Daniel. Drag him
I'm
by the
gonna-
scruff of his shirt.
I'm not very
I'm
strong.
gonna pick him up by the
His ear.
lapels of his jacket and
Okay.
just kind of drag him along. When we were going around the house before, was there a bulkhead entrance to the house or anything like that?
There is a servant's entrance, like a back door entrance,
Okay.
but there is not a basement entrance
Okay.
if that's what you mean, like the
Yeah, the bulkhead doors, like
Yeah,
the big
yeah.
metal doors that
Yeah.
are entrance. Okay.
But there was a staircase at the bottom of the staircase. I don't know if you caught that, Joe.
Yeah, no, I caught that. Absolutely. Just thinking of New England architecture. Yeah. What do you say? That door's locked, Frank. You think you got a key to the back?
Oh yeah, we're outside.
I've got a whole ring of keys. Jingle, 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 jingle.
Pennsylvania, we called them Bilko doors. That's why it sounded familiar, but I'm like, bulkhead? No, Bilko. And it was, I was trying to process it. Sorry. Thank you, Google. Yeah,
It's all good.
there aren't there are no basement doors that, for either coal or whatnot. There is a coal chute that's in the very back.
But we can't fit down the coal chute.
I'm
And
sure
I think
Daniel can
somebody
fit.
wants
He's
to know
scrawny
what
enough.
system we're playing on chat.
Call of Cthulhu,
Chat, we are
7th
playing
edition.
Call of Cthulhu 7th edition.
So, all right, I'm going to drag O'Connor around back with Frankie and see if we can find the servant's entrance.
Okay. There is the servant's entrance, or back door, if you will.
All right.
And that
Over here?
right here.
Oh, okay.
What do you say, Frankie?
I say it's this key right here, and we give it another shot.
Okay.
Because
not
if this
that
is really
key.
a haunting,
It's not
I
that
would
key,
like
it's
my
that key. You can tell
See,
by the
he
way the
knows
key
what
is
he
shaped.
knows which key it is. Get out of here! You telling me
I could just tell keys, okay?
this is not a skill that people generally have. You know this, right?
That's okay.
Yeah.
He's a con man.
We explained this that I'm a con artist.
See, he's
We
not even
already
dancing around
discussed
anymore.
this
What's
on
with
the-
the scarves? What's with the scarves?
I've thrown the scarves on there. It's all a show, okay?
So the kitchen itself is a pretty conventional kitchen of the time. It's got a wood fire stove. You see that there is a stove and oven, as well as an ice box here, an electric ice box. There are some non-perishables,
Wow.
but it looks like anything that would have been still good to eat has been eaten by rats or our friendly
Possums.
family of opossums.
Mm,
As you see that there's droppings and there's stuff on the ground here.
good and good for you.
Right off the kitchen, there is that middle room that's there is a long tabled dining room with a beautiful mahogany table. It's got a sideboard, a bunch of chairs. There are 3 set pieces that are used, and it looks like there is a soup tureen in the sitting in the middle of the table there. And then beyond, you see that there is a living room.
Pretty
All right.
table. Got a good taste.
Where to now?
You could
The basement. Like I said.
Can
All
we
right.
see a way to the basement from where we're at?
You think
piece
it
over here?
might be around the way that actually there's a door.
Oh. I'm not
As
supposed to
we
know this.
pass through the kitchen, is there anything that looks like a cudgel, like a rolling pin, or some kind of knife that might have been left over?
You do find a cudgel.
That's coming with me.
Well, you find a rolling pin, which you could use as a cudgel.
That'll work. Or like fire poker or anything else that
Mhm.
inappropriately sized beat stick.
There is the fire poker. There is a poker and a shovel there as well for the wood and the ashes and the wood and the ashes for the.
I'll toss the poker to Frankie. Keep an eye on him,
I got it back.
and I will go down the stairs to the basement first.
Okay. So you exit out of the kitchen. It's actually this way. I don't know why that map is showing that. And let me. Opens up into a storage room of sorts. There is a electric light bulb here, and it looks like it's already been shattered. The walls are lined with closely fitted boards around the entirety of the basement itself. The smell of must and dirt is very strong here. A lot of earthy smells
Yeah.
and mold. you make your way down the stairs, and the stairs creak, and it feels as though the stairs move with each footstep as you go down.
We definitely have to replace these before we sell. This has got to go in the remodel. Rotten boards are not good for us.
One thing at a time there, Frankie. Let's find these punks and then get done.
Yeah.
Where are they hiding there, O'Connor?
There's no, I'm telling you, this is not a game.
Ollie, oxen free.
Where you at? I'll start banging the door. I'll start banging the wall with the what'd you say this old codger's name was? The one who was buried
Walter.
down here? Walter, where you at?
So which wall are you kind of banging on?
I'm gonna presume that I am the token that is further on the south side, so probably that wall.
Here, actually, let me do this. Copy, paste, edit. Liam. Can you see the name on there?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Thank you.
Frankie.
So if that's me, then I will probably be banging on this wall.
Okay, so you're banging on the far west, the far west wall.
Yeah.
All right.
And
I'm
then
staying
there's
by
one
the
more
stairs.
door there, right?
Yeah, there's a door off to the right there, kind of behind you. So Daniel, you're staying near the steps themselves. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, I want to be near the exit.
All right, so you're going to be right about there. We're not worrying about like hexes or combat or tactical things. And folks that are listening in or watching in, this is a pretty good sized room. Like I mentioned, there's wood on all the walls, and on the western wall, you're pounding on the wall, and you get to a point where it sounds hollow, where the others sound as though that it has some backing behind it, almost like it's stone. But there's an area that seems to be hollow as you go a little bit further south of the room there.
I'll try to put a foot through it.
All right, go ahead and give me a give me a second here.
Mm-hmm.
Brawl.
Yeah, we're gonna do a brawl on that one.
Okay. There you go.
Excellent. All right, so you put your foot through the wall, and it hits wood on the other side. You're able to, possibly pry away some of these boards. It looks like there's a door on the other side of this wall. Frankie, in this room, both Frankie and Daniel, I want you both to give me a spot hidden roll.
That. I am not sure where that's out in the.
I believe it's
Oh,
going
there
to
it
be the
is.
third row over.
As soon as I mention it, I always find it. There we go. Ah, nuts.
Okay. And Daniel, do you have a spot hidden? Do you see it? No? All right. It is
Oh, 39.
39. Okay. I
16.
love rolling. I love you rolling in the book. I love that,
Secrets.
especially for this character. Yes.
16.
16. Excellent. You see some movement and it's dark down here. The only thing that's holding up or providing any light are these novena candles that these two have. And your novena candle went out long ago and upstairs. You see something kind of floating in the air on the right-hand side of that little wall and that door. And it's kind of hovering, almost like it would be like it's floating. And then it darts as though it were like a missile and flies directly at Frankie. All right, so do.
Dang, Walter.
Power of 90 there, Walter.
Yeah, Walter's got a power of 90.
Rude.
Walter's kind of scary. So
Kangaroo? No.
so I would like for Frankie to go ahead and make a dodge roll.
Please, oh please, oh please, oh please, oh please. You gotta be good at something in sass, my friend. I believe in you.
I don't think you've made a successful roll.
I have. I made a successful occult roll.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
I've done one.
You've
of
gotten one. Okay.
all of them. And I actually hit something on sanity and I succeeded there too, but it doesn't count. Dodge. Come on, you.
Yes.
Ah! Extreme success.
Done.
Out of the
Where it
corner,
counts.
out of the corner of your eye, you see a knife or a dagger flying in the air, nearly cut you in the face as it flies right across an eye level for you, and you just dodge out of the way, just barely.
Okay. Frankie will scream at that.
That
Out of
sounds like a good
surprise.
idea.
Ah! What is going on? You're trying to mar my face?
No, it's not me. I told you it's the spirit. It's a real thing. It's not
Do
me.
we-
So
You
ghosts
need
do
to
we
get
see
out
the
of the
dagger?
house.
have knives. Ghosts can
turn-
throw knives
it-
now.
It turns and looks like it's about to strike again at you.
Okay, that's a little weird. I'm
That
gonna back
thing.
up. Now here, Daniel.
Walter,
Here.
it's not my fault.
You stand in here, Daniel. Right here. Thank you.
Can I
No.
can I try to do the thing where I take the crucifix off, wrap it around my fist, and try to punch the thing?
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
I'm gonna
Ghost
do that.
punching.
I'm a ghost punch.
Yeah.
Are you going to punch the dagger?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you described something else was trying to hit.
No,
Like-
the dagger's flying.
Oh,
in
the
it.
dagger's flying around. Okay.
Mhm.
If that's the case, I won't do the crucifix thing. I will try to smack it out of the air with the rolling pin.
All right.
All
All right. Go ahead and roll your brawl for that.
Oh yeah, I've got a fire poker too, don't I?
There you
Yeah.
go. Hard success.
You knock it out of the air, and it lands on the ground, and it shakes on the ground, making an eerie noise.
I'm gonna.
I grab it. Or
Okay.
you can
No,
grab it.
go ahead. Go
One of us
ahead.
gonna grab us.
I was gonna step on it, but
Okay.
Just gonna. It's tried to kill me now, so I'm just gonna hold it to make sure I can see where it is. Pookie,
it's
stay in the
got
bag.
a taste for blood.
So you're just holding it out. Go ahead and give me a strength roll.
Just brought the sentient dagger closer to the kill zone.
Keep your enemies closer. Aha!
Wow,
Extreme success again.
It turns toward you as though it's trying to like stab at you, and then you're holding on to it very strong. It's not going anywhere.
Still
You
ticked
have
about my
control
nail.
of this
Don't ruin
dagger.
anymore. You are
Um,
mine.
Can I try to smack the rolling pin into the point of it so that it kind of is like disarmed, so to speak?
So you're trying to blunt it. So basically, like put a cork on something.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea.
I'm gonna do that. So yeah, if I can, I'm going to try to do that so that even if it does flop around, it's not going to stab anybody.
It's just going to club somebody with a rolling pin.
It's just going to hit you really hard with a rolling pin, which will suck, but it's not getting stabbed in the face.
Are you convinced yet? We need to get out of the house.
Okay, I'm starting to believe that you might not be lying.
This ain't natural. Something's wrong.
There's no,
here.
and unless you got some of those newfangled magnet tricks, I'm not seeing the strings.
What's a magnet?
I don't know. It's something I read in a magazine that's all
do
the
they
rage here
work?
soon. Beats the heck out of me.
How
So
do they work?
there's a wooden door behind the wall, and it looks like there is something written on the door. Looks like it's carved in really fancy calligraphy on the wooden door itself, like someone burnt it into the wood.
Is it in English?
Yes.
Could you read it out loud?
It says Chapel of Contemplation. And there is a symbol on the door.
Do I recognize the symbol?
Uno momento.
The all-seeing
fine.
eye.
Ooh.
Go ahead and give me an occult roll. Occult roll.
All of us or just Daniel?
Just Daniel. Well, actually, go ahead. Everybody, go ahead and give me an occult roll.
Not even a little bit.
57 out of 45.
Okay.
But I could be lucky.
Yeah, you might want, if you want to, you can.
I think this is the time to be lucky.
All right, for me,
Do I need
that
to
was
do the
a
math here?
failure.
So you just need to spend your luck down. So I apologize. What was the amount again?
So it's 57 out of 45, so that's 12 luck,
Yep.
right?
Okay.
So 75 minus 12, need a calculator.
Sometimes I do.
63.
Okay.
I have 63 left. I'm a pretty lucky guy.
All right. So this is it's an ancient cult that deals with deals with enlightenment. It was founded in Germany. You can't recall the exact name, but you remember seeing it in some books. And it is it dates back to about the 1400s, so it is pretty old.
So I recognize the 3 runes that make up the triangle.
It's about containing wisdom and focusing on your third eye. Frankie, the dagger stops fighting against your hand.
It knows what's up.
This was Walter's. This is Walter's space here. This is where he wanted to be buried.
What do you mean wanted to be buried?
Well, what people didn't like that he was into things like this, and he thought he was weird, and they didn't want him to. That's what I read about in the library. I didn't want to tell you because I didn't think. I mean, I wanted you to think I was legit, but this guy was into this weird occult stuff, and he wanted to be buried in his basement, his chapel, and then they sued him and said, "Oh no, you can't do it." I saw it in the legal records.
So is he buried down here or not?
Well,
Yeah, how does a spirit live without a body?
I mean, maybe, I don't know what. Let's go in and see.
All right, you two stand back. Hey,
We're gonna find something gross, aren't we? We're gonna find something. Okay.
Frankie, give me
Frankie's-
that poker.
All right.
I'm gonna take the poker from Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
And is the door on? Is it a latch? Is it a lock? Is it just kind of like
There is a a push down door latch.
I'll open that a little bit and then I'll push it open with the fire poker.
Okay. With the candlelight, it opens up into a very large room. The dirt here on the floor, it seems to have been there for, a couple hundred years. Nobody's really been in here. There's no windows. The brick on the outside kind of has been molded over. In the center of the room, you see there is what looks to be a wooden pallet, if you will. And there is a body of a wizened figure, looks to be made of wood, just lying on the pallet itself. It looks as though he has been here for years. Has no hair. You could see his face. It's shrunken in. His gums make his teeth look exceptionally long. And there's this swell of sweet corn coming from him. It's just overwhelming. There is a small table to the right-hand side in the northeast corner, and you see that there are some curled up papers on the table itself, as well as this body. Looks like you found Corbin.
Somehow his body's here, but it's never was laid to rest.
Pretty restful right now.
I mean, would you want to be buried like this?
No, this ain't natural.
Wasn't he a weirdo?
I mean, would I know if this was a proper burial for?
You can go over and check him out. Give me an occult roll or an anthropology roll.
I will do occult because I suck at anthropology.
Like so many great thinkers of my time, I'm going to poke it with my stick.
I was
30.
going to say, someone's got to poke it with the stick.
Success.
All right. Yeah, he looks like he's at rest. Looks like someone's done an appropriate ceremony here. And as Liam goes to poke it with the stick, the hand reaches up and grabs the poker. I need everybody to make a sanity roll.
Yeah, there might be some screaming there.
Yes, I am
Excellent.
a rock.
Yeah, hard
Excellent.
success. I'm purely,
Also
that
a
does
9.
not scare me. Possums, yes. Dead hand, no.
All
We
right.
are built for
Yep.
this.
I got a 9, so I'm good too.
All right, awesome. You all take one point of sanity damage. And he stands up, not as though that he sits up. You might have to go to click edit the character sheet.
I got it. Yeah, sorry.
He doesn't sit up. He just stands up as though his heels are on a hinge. And now he's standing. He stands about 6.5 feet tall. So he's a little bit taller than Liam, because Liam is a mountain of a human being. Not a small mammal at all. Well, not a small undead mammal.
Mm.
And both arms come out, and Frankie, the knife in your hand shakes, but then stops because you've got such a good grip on it. Actually,
And the rolling pin, boop. I'm just like holding them both.
give me a power roll.
Power roll. Come on, me. Yeah, success.
Awesome. You feel as though that you have control of the knife.
Give in. You are mine.
I'd like to see if I can persuade.
Okay. Who are you going to persuade?
The dead hand?
Walter. I'd like to call out to Walter. I say, Walter, we're here to help. If you don't listen to us, they're going to tear the building down.
Go ahead and give me a persuade roll.
Yep, 43 out of 60.
Excellent. His mouth opens and you just see tiny flies come out. And as the flies come past you, his voice flows on that, and it makes a creaking, buzzing noise, almost like crickets and mixed with flies. Give me blood and you will live.
Sangria?
We're not gonna do that. Not gonna give you blood.
It's funny as sangria is.
If you kill us, then they're going to tear the building down. We're here to determine whether or not people can live here. I know you're living here, Walter, and if you want to keep living here in your house, then you need to stay here, and we will not say anything to anyone. You just stay in here for at least a couple of years. We'll get our payday. Everybody's happy. Then you go back to haunting. Everything's good.
As he's talking,
Negotiating with a ghost.
Walter comes off the platform and starts to float. He's not stepping. And then when his feet actually touch the ground, everything shakes for a little bit and there's a low rumble. and he floats and into a seamless gate as he's walking directly toward Daniel.
They're gonna tear the house down, Walter.
I would like to start persuading with my fists,
Okay.
and I would
Frankie's just gonna take a step back.
And if I have that candle, how, when you say dry husk of a man, how dry are we talking here?
I would say quite dry.
Okay.
Don't forget the salt.
If possible, I forgot my seasoning, but I do have a small candle.
Okay.
I would like to deposit said lit candle with great furiosity into the rib cage of this particular dried husk of a critter.
All right. So that is going to require a brawl roll, which you are quite accomplished at. He is going to attempt to make a dodge roll because he does not wish to be
A punch real good.
Yeah.
Impaled.
Where did you go? There you are, Walter. Ooh. All right. So you got a difference of 23.
A good difference or a bad difference?
Good
Oh,
difference.
good.
All right. So he does not get out of the way enough, and you're able to light him a flame.
There we go.
Now you
And-
have a flaming corpse that's coming after Daniel.
I'm gonna hit the flaming corpse with the fire poker as hard as I can.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get to Daniel as
Very simple mind.
yes.
You see
And,
what's
and Frankie.
happening? They're going to destroy you.
Yeah, he's probably going to change his. Give me a persuasion roll, or actually, you know what? That sounds like fast talk.
Sure, yeah. Fast talk. I'm even better at that. 41 out of 70.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Give me a moment here.
Brianna, you gotta like send the dagger at it.
I'm thinking of something pretty like epic. Like part of me wants to sass, like how much blood is blood? Like are we talking like a pinprick? Are we talking like losing a hand? Are we talking about throwing Daniel to the wolves, right? Like the other side of me is like, well, do I use this knife for me epic?
We already have his money.
Right, I know. This
Or
is
is
the
it
most
here against my will?
It's true. I did kind of kidnap you.
I'm not getting paid anymore. I'm on Walter's side.
All right. So Walter kind of listen. No, he does not roll a firearms. Stop doing that. Roll 20.
Go gadget corpse gun.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Forms into a revolver.
Yeah. I have to get back into roll 20 because it's did something silly. All right.
Operate heavy machinery.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Walter turns and is now moving toward Liam. Frank, you see that he's now going after Liam, and Liam's taking up a bit of a fighting pose with the poker.
Oh wait, yeah, the poker. Doing my best Red Sox impression.
What would you like to do?
Who?
Frankie.
Frankie?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. There's a little bit of a lag because I live in the boonies outside of Bellingham, so sometimes there's a little stretch I'm trying to process. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready for something. Okay, Pookie. Sit. Stay. Good boy. I'm gonna tiptoe up behind the flaming mummy of death. Quietly yank off the rolling pin, take the knife, and then shout because Frankie does not know things very well. If it's gonna go down, here's how we go. And shanks the mummy down his spine, if possible.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a brawl roll.
Yay. Okay. Dodge, damn it. Wait. No, It's not in combat.
It's underneath fighting or in combat.
Yeah. Ah, I succeed.
It's your number too.
And it's a critical success. All right, so we're going to consider that an impaling.
Feeling stabby.
Yeah. All right, so I would like for you to roll 1d4 and then add 2 to that roll for me, please.
Okay, dice roller. 1d4 is a 4. Go me. +2.
Max
6.
damage.
All right. And then it's doubled, so that's 12 because it's a critical success.
Get it.
Right. You cut him and it just cuts right down. You guys see, because the chest is on fire from, you know, from Liam's handy use of that novena candle, the chest burst open and you just see a knife cut all the way down as it poofs open like a overcooked dry turkey from National Lampoon.
All
I like
right.
how when I was originally playing with the idea of Frankie, I was like, oh yeah, Prince Naveen from Princess and the Frog. Sure. And I'm like, nope, this lady's bonkers.
So there's dust and dust and debris flying everywhere. The flames seem to stoke and grow higher. What are you doing now, Liam, now that you've seen this?
Well, she set me up, so I'm going to make a reference to let's see. I'm going to knock this one out the park like Del Pratt. I'm going to swing at his head as hard as I can.
Go ahead and give me a brawl roll.
All right. Don't screw up. That's a success.
That is a success. Go ahead and give me 1d4 and add 2 to it because of the poker.
There you go. 6 total.
Okay. All right. So you take his head off, clear off. It lands on the other side of the room. Daniel, you see underneath him, you see a thick book that's bound in leather and there's metal clasps around it underneath where his body was.
Yeah, I'm going for that.
Okay.
I'm not fully convinced that destroying this body will destroy the spirit. We got to figure out a way to get rid of him.
Any basic occultist should know that you gotta salt and burn the body. I mean, that's what Supernatural taught us, right?
Flames crawl higher and the smoke begins to fill the room. You're not going to be able to stay in here very long. As you see that the flames are licking the ceiling, this has still a wooden framed house.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We got to get out of here.
That's and it's moldy. Oh, spores are not good for our brains yet. We might start hallucinating here shortly. I mean, we're already seeing ghosts, so we're probably there.
I'm gonna Liam has rolled evens on his will he won't he roll, and if possible try to grab a fistful of whatever papers were on that table you mentioned right when we came into the room before we head out.
They crumble into dust as soon as you touch them, and the dog that's sitting on the table pisses itself.
Pookie, I forgot.
A
little distracted. Sorry, baby.
It's okay. Reading's for suckers. We got to get out of here.
Did I get the book?
You did grab the book.
Awesome.
It's heavy.
Right.
It's heavier than it should be. There's something going on here. The flames seem to spread quickly, and you make it up out of the stairs. As you do, you see that the flames are starting to lick into the hallway. It's already climbed into the first room. The best way out probably would be through the kitchen.
Cheese it.
All right. You head out that direction. Anybody else going out through the kitchen?
I'm following Liam.
We're all just gonna we're out. Yeah.
We're Scooby-Dooing out of there.
Okay, Dan, you may not be a terrible dude. Sorry.
The flames seem to howl behind you. As soon as you step outside, the door slams shut. There is no smoke outside the house.
There's no smoke.
Thank you for playing The Haunting with me tonight, guys.
Ooh.
Yeah. We got a
You
spell
lived.
book.
I got a knife. I'm excited.
So this is Call of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu is a fun cosmic horror game that I've been playing. It's the second role-playing game that I picked up playing. I've been playing and GMing for 30 years now. For my 13th birthday, I got the black box for D&D, and then about a year and a half later, one of my friends introduced me to Call of Cthulhu, and it was the 4th edition. And I'd been hooked ever since. I'm really glad that Cthulhu and the horror role-playing genre is being taken back, if you will, because H.P. Lovecraft was not a good person. A lot of his stories weren't even well written, but they did kind of grab people's imagination. And there's a lot of good stuff that he wrote, and other guys such as Chambers and Derelith, Lumley, Stephen King, that wrote in the mythos. I'm glad we're able to kind of grab hold of that and do something new, because it's a great way to tell stories. And for you guys, horror is a great way to help unmask, approach phobias and scary stuff in a safe environment. So when you were talking about, if you're dealing with kids or if you're dealing with adults in this, they're able to, there is an empowerment to it. But then there's also the idea to surrender, or, playing out different scenarios. So it's not, besides just being, we're sitting down playing fun and kind of, spooking each other and getting all the squigs. There's ways that it can be manipulated to help people feel more comfortable, and hopefully enjoy it. So I'm really glad you guys are able to play with me.
Thank you
This
for
was
running.
fun.
Thank you for running. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was
Sorry.
honestly more fun than I expected it to be.
Good
When I
thing it's a
expected it to
great
be fun.
system.
It is an easy system. It is also kind of dated. They did make some really good changes in the 7th edition. If you're interested in playing Call of Cthulhu, if you pick up any edition, 1st edition through 7th edition, they're all pretty much the same. The 7th edition does have some neat new ideas like pushing luck, but if you pick up a supplement from 1st or 2nd edition, 4th, 5th, all the way up to 7th, they're all pretty much interchangeable. So
Pretty elegant system.
That's very cool.
yeah, just don't go looking at one of the opposing tables, because that unless you've got a math brain, it kind of gets to be a pain, because then, but they've kind of done without that.